Assalamualaikum and happy Manager everyone. My name is Salimah and my partner CLARISSA would like to explain 4 case studies, which is 2 from Transformational Leadership and another 2 from Transactional Leadership. Then we would like to share one problem that this company have already been through during COVID-19. We also like to share the implementation that the company can be done. Leader can be defined as someone who can influence other people and has managerial authority, especially someone who are in an organization. Transformational leadership can be defined as a leadership approach that causes change in individuals and social systems. It enhances the motivations, morale, and performance of followers through a variety of mechanisms. The example of a leader that using transformational leadership is Mark Zuckerberg, the manager of Facebook, and Steve Jobs, the manager of Apple. Transactional leadership can be known as a managerial leadership focuses on the role of supervision, organization, and group performance. This kind of leaders focuses on specific tasks and use rewards and punishment to motivate followers. The example of leaders that uses transactional leadership in their company is Bill Gates, the CEO of Microsoft, and Eric Lawrence, the CEO of HP, Hewlett Packard Enterprise. One of the leaders that uses transformational leadership is Mark Zuckerberg. His real name is Mark Ali Zuckerberg, which born on May 14, 1984 at White Plains, New York. He is an American computer programmer who was co-founder and CEO from 2004 until now of Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. He dropped out of Harvard to concentrate on this company, of which he became CEO and president. He embodies the characteristic of transformational leadership. He is known as a motivator, especially to influence his staff and employees to have a clear vision on company future. Instead of just setting goals for the company, he also goes through each step with his staff. He was disruptive ideas and encourage confidence. As a transformational leader, Mark Zuckerberg had learned from his mistake and willing to take risks to grow his company. With determination, he was chosen to be in the top 10 CEOs list and has built the most famous social network on the world. Transformational leaders give motivation to their employees and providing more opportunities for professional and personal growth. At its headquarters on California, each Friday Facebook will hold a question and answer session for its employees and users. This discussion is where Zuckerberg will share his personal opinion on the company growth and direction. Interns at Facebook typically make $67,000 yearly, which is $25,000 more than the average US citizen. During monthly, the company will put a birthday party for its employees where they changes their present with each other. The cafe is served and designed by a 4-star hotel based on New York. The Facebook environment also included with doctor, chiropractor, and physical therapists. Also, do not forget about the vending machine of computer accessories. They only needed to swipe their identification card and they will get the accessory like battery, charger, keyboard, and etc.
Facebook is known for being innovative and social, but the company's IT department has also taken a unique approach to cost cutting. Their latest project is this vending machine, and as you can see, it's not for sodas and snacks, it's for computer accessories. So we're looking at the vending machines here that you've installed. Can you show us how they work?
Sure. So the whole idea here is frictionless IT. So we want this to be fast and easy. So an employee will come up to the machine if they need something. The first thing they do is they take their badge and they badge in. We have everything that they may need: power supplies, keyboards, screen wipes, dongles. So I'll go get some screen wipes here. So they just type in the number of what they need.
And it recognizes who you are just based on your badge.
Yeah, the first thing the machine will do, it'll say, "Hey, welcome, Tim. My screen wipes have come down here," and there I go.
How did the idea for this come about? I mean, this is kind of a unique way to get these type of accessories to engineers, right?
So the first iteration of these vending machines was actually a supply cabinet, and we had a computer next to the supply cabinet where you would enter in what you took, so that we could have an accounting of how much we were using and what organizations were consuming these accessories. It was very it was full of friction, is what I like to say, that it just took too long for people to use that machine, and so only about 5% of people bothered to fill out the forms, and instead they would just take the devices.
And have you already seen any cost benefits?
In this location, for example, we've seen about a 25% reduction in the cost so far, and most of that is just getting better accountability around the more expensive devices that are in the machine, the keyboards, the power supplies, and now that we're able to associate those costs with the departments, I think people are able to make better decisions on whether or not it's something that they actually need.
At this point, this is still kind of in pilot. You've got just 3 of these machines set up. What are the plans to roll them out further?
In addition to getting a full accounting of how people are consuming the accessories, the other benefit that we've seen with the machines is a slight drop-off in the amount of cost in stocking them. If that trend continues, and it's looking very good so far, then we will replace all of our supply cabinets with these vending machines later this year.
Facebook also will annually rent a park that allow the whole office to play games such as dodgeball. Facebook work environment is very comfort, and Facebook believe that this will make the employees comfortable and happy to do their work and will be more productive.
The second transformational leadership will be Mark Zuckerberg did use a transformational leadership, but there is also other leader that use transformational leadership. That is none other than Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs, or his real name was Stephen Paul Jobs, was born on February 24, 1955 at San Francisco, California. He was an American business magnate, industrial designer, investor, and media proprietor. He was also the chairman, chief executive, CEO, and the co-founder of Apple Incorporation. He studied at the Home State High School. He began at the 1968 along with Bill Fernandez, and that's when he met his first employee, Steve Wozniak, that will be the Apple's first employee. During his last 2 years at Homestead High, Jobs developed 2 different interests, electronics and literature. He later then joined Stanford University's Students' Union. Wozniak, who was attending University of California, Berkeley, invented the blue box. If it's not been for Wozniak, blue box, there wouldn't have been an Apple. As for a transformational leader, Steve Jobs has the charismatic and inspirational qualities. His transformation has led to cultural transformation in music, movies, and mobile communication in the digital age. He has set an example of the transformational leader for higher order values. He has caused people to do things that has been never done. As a leader, he has changed the way we see the world through digital and religion, said by Gardner and Thornhill at 2011. Steve Jobs was charismatic as he was a devotee to the Zen Buddhism. People describe Steve Jobs as a bit like God or even a great man, a supreme leader that leads us to the land of what next. He has got the people to do things never done. It's been called as hypnotize. Workers describe that they do work without fear, as they have a charismatic leader. Some was not happy with the character of Steve Jobs. They said him as a management character assassination, exposing him and regarding him as a messiah. Some was very happy and felt lucky that they had the opportunity to work with Steve Jobs. For example, the team who created the first Macintosh computer seemed highly dedicated not only to each other but also the product and the competition between the Macintosh product and the Apple group. The transformational leadership has got good beneficial for some people as they assume. But there are some workers at the Foxconn factory being given low pay. Apple's working environment is very stressful. Work pressure as the top and middle management such as senior executive, technicians, engineers had to work for long working hours. These people have lives beyond just working in the office. They have responsibilities as a family, relationship, communities, and also identities. In conclusion, transformational leader has their own style of making the world a better place to live in. Digital has reunited all well-being together, as the saying goes, leadership beyond expectations.
Next, I would like to share one of the leaders that uses transactional leadership in his company, which is Bill Gates. His full name is William Henry Gates III. He was born on October 8, 1955. He is an American magnate, software developer, investor, author, and philanthropist. He is the co-founder of Microsoft along with his childhood friend Paul Allen. During his career at Microsoft, he held the position of Chairman, Chief Executive Officer, CEO, President and Chief Software Architect, and also the largest shareholder until May 2014. He was a major entrepreneur of the computer revolution of the 1970s and 1980s. He was born at Seattle, Washington. He and Allen founded the Microsoft in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It became the world's largest personal computer software company. As a transactional leader, Bill Gates used an autocratic leadership style to ensure the company growth and success at the goals he has been set for the company. And autocratic leaders believe that the best way to manage their team is by managing the way they work. Microsoft said, at its core, Microsoft's strength lies in our talented people and a culture grounded in growth mindset. This means anyone can change, learn, and grow. We believe potential can be nurtured and is not predetermined, and we should always be learning and curious. Trying new things without fear of failure. We identify 4 attributes that allow growth mindset to flourish. Obsessing over what matters to our customer, becoming more diverse and inclusive in everything we do, operating as one company instead of multiple siloed businesses, and lastly, making a difference in the life of each other, our customer, and the world around us. In Microsoft, they are more focused on the company and the environmental sustainability, such as they are currently taking responsibility to target zero waste goal across their direct waste from operations to products and packaging. They also will invest $1 billion for the next 4 years to help the development of carbon reduction and removal technologies. So, with that being said, we know that a transactional leader is someone who gives order and structure. They are often manage a large corporation or lead an international company that needed to require rules and regulations to complete objective in time. Transactional leaders are not a good fit where their ideas need to have creative and innovative value.
The second transactional leadership will be Enrique Lores. Enrique Lores used the transactional leadership as well. He was born in 1965. He is a CEO of the HP Incorporation since November 2019. He did his MBA at Estate Business School at Barcelona. HP Incorporation is the biggest company that manufactures software and computer devices. Enrique Lores used transactional leadership is based on how the employee accepts the task given by the employer, and to complete the task, it's between the employer and employee. Various leaders uses various leadership styles in real life. The workers are assigned to do their best. The goal is to succeed and maintain the top position worldwide. Enrique Lores strongly believes in achieving a deal is to award the employees and uses motivation as a reward penalty. Finally, HP printers print papers that are forest positive only, so it's environmental friendly. It helps save the trees, forests, and avoid deforestation. Firm struggle. HP is one of the biggest manufacturers of software and computer devices. Since COVID has struck, all the business and income has gone down, so has HP. The consumer's demand has just fallen drastically. Employees are asked to work from home. In 2020, ended April 2020, the company saw revenue fall by 16%, driven primarily by supply chain constraint and delays in customers' acceptance due to COVID lockdown. As a result of the COVID outbreak, HP demand will be low as it declined in 20% by the end of October 2020. And because of the expenses of the organization will reduce the demand. Furthermore, because of the outbreak, the company has to obtain 33% of its revenue from the US. The HP cash flows are likely fall as the profit has reduced and the revenue has fallen. Upon this, company may offer software and services as discounted price to keep profit keep going. Despite these measures, we estimate that free cash flow from operations will go down from 4 billion in 2019 to 2.7 billion in 2020. Also, with expected capital expenditures of 2.1 billion for the year. FCFO CapEx will be 0.5 million in 2020. This will lead to a 2020 cash balance of 4.3 million, which is higher when compared to 2019. To conclude, HP has declined in revenues by cutting capex, eliminating shares repurchases, and suspending dividend by 20%.
Thank you, Clarissa, for explaining the Hewlett Packard Enterprise struggle situation during COVID-19. So I would like to explain about the implementation that can be taken to help to sustain in the market during COVID-19. The first one is reducing price by giving discount and voucher of software and computer device. People are intend to buy computer accessories or laptop, so profit of the company will increases and the revenue of the company also will be increased. Second is HP have cross-trained agents to manage multiple queues, establish access to work from home technology, and are leveraging chat, social and web support option. HP also have updating their 24/7 virtual agent that can help customer. By this, customer will feel much more better in trusting their product and will purchase for this company. The last one is HP products are always better than the other competitors and such are refined and rebranded from time to time. In November 2009, HP Storage Works X9000 was introduced as the new network storage system. This has fetched the company more popularity in the networking society. It is proven that with new technology, and features, it can help your company to maintain successful, and customer will eventually search for the company. In conclusion, we know that transformational leadership and transactional leadership are both related and can be used to guide your company. It also can help to maintain the company growth. Each company can use either one or both of the transformational and transactional leadership to their company. Thank you for listening. I hope that this sharing can help you to apply it to your company and can help you to be more successful. Thank you.